Yes, guys, welcome back to the video on the channel today. In today's episode, we have 5 massive games, 3 home games and 2 away games, with the first one coming at home at Craven Cottage against Barnsley. I'm not really looking forward to this game. Barnsley are notoriously difficult to break down, especially on FIFA. I've always had trouble playing against them, especially last year. In my championship save I can't remember what I did one with, but they were very difficult to play against. But here's the team we've got on the screen. 4-2-3-1 as normal. Gazzaniga, Tete, Adebayo, Tanganga, Robinson, Dembele and Reid holding the midfield, Wilson, Anguissa, Mellor and Mitrovic leading the line. So without further ado, the only chance of the first half actually does come to Barnsley at the end of the half, and Morris has a shot against Gazzaniga and he makes a decent save down low at his bottom corner. But I mean, this half was very, very flat. As you can see, they don't really make anything from the corner, and it was just a very flat half against a very difficult team to break down. They seem to play, I think they were playing a 5-back during the game. So I really struggled. As you can see here on your screen, they have 5 defenders. Really couldn't break them down. But Jones threw at the back post. That was one of the major only chances we had in the game. That's probably the only one worth showing, but it was so difficult to break them down. As I said, they are a good team, and I mean, Mitrovic can't get a chance away here. It's just so difficult to break down this Barnsley defence for some reason. But nevertheless, very difficult game, and we're just trying to get the ball out towards the end of the game. Tanganga makes a fantastic challenge and Reid clears it. But fancy that in a game when each team gets one chance each. It's a 0-0 score, which is very disappointing to say how many goals we usually score. But I mean, it's another clean sheet, so there's positives to the game. It wasn't all negative, but I mean, a 0-0 draw against Barnsley. You'd want to do a bit better, I think. But then, as I said, they're not a bad team. They are pretty good. They've got a fairly few high-rated players, but I just think a 0-0 draw, especially at Craven Cottage, with the players we've got in our team as well, I just think it's very disappointing. But nonetheless, the press conference, I try and be positive to keep the team's morale high. But to be honest, press conferences don't really change anything this year, I've noticed, with the morale. But it is what it is. It's not bad. But we'll go into our next game, another home game against Derby County, looking to actually score a few goals. As I said, though, I think we're struggling a little bit at the moment to create too many chances, especially after the disappointment of the Barnsley game. But we've got Derby County at home, and that's your team on the screen. It's pretty much the same team, but Decord over Reid and Chalobah come in. And it's a good team, to be fair. They're good replacements. It's just because Dembele is always injured or always tired. So we have to wait only 12 minutes for Derby County to put one past us immediately with Colin Kazim Richards. And you know what? It's a good finish, but it's very disappointing to concede a goal in that manner. It is a good finish at the end of the day, but still wanting a bit more from the boys there. Chalobah picks up the ball, passes it to Mitrovic and Decord over Reid in the 29th minute. So it was an absolutely fantastic finish. Gets back in the game. I mean, it's schoolboy defending from the county, but it's good defensive play from Chalobah. And then straight away from kickoff, we get a chance with Mitrovic playing through Mellor on his strong foot, and he takes us 2-1 up already. Honestly, that's such a quick turnaround for us, and as you can see, Mellor's kicking the ball away. I'm not sure. I wanted to pick it up, but for some reason you can't pick the ball up before like the 50th minute, which doesn't really make sense, but that's FIFA for you. But still, 2-1 up now, and it's very nice to see that we've capitalised on Derby County's shocking defending. And then in the 34th minute, we pick him up from kick-off. Harry Wilson plays through Mitrovic, who plays back to Decord over Reid, takes it past Richard Stearman, who's old enough to be my granddad, and he scores a fantastic goal. The game changes in 5 minutes where we score 3 goals. I've not had that this year. Normally the AI defends so well all the way throughout the game, but that was very poor defending all the way through. And then just before half-time, Decord over Reid again, breaks through the line, Derby County's defence running in quicksand, and we make it 4-1. Another good finish from Bobby Decord over Reid. He does a Son celebration and celebrates and sort of loses his feet in the grass apparently. That's a nice little glitch they've got going on there. But still 4-1 up at half-time. It's literally changed the game in 15 minutes to score 4 goals after not being able to score against Barnsley. We've not done bad at all there. Well, it's a very good end to the first half, and I'm really pleasantly surprised about the team performed in that first half. Decord over Reid especially. I think he deserves a bit more game time. In the 65th minute, again against Richard Stearman, who's absolutely blowing. The luck in that goal. Absolutely insane. Luck will balance itself out eventually, but that is a very, very lucky goal to complete the 5-1 demolition job of Derby County, who didn't have a single shot in the second half of that game. But as you can see by the match facts, we absolutely battered them. 8.5 expected goals to 2.5. But a 5-1 victory nonetheless, and it's still nice to see that we managed to bounce back in such a difficult circumstances, going behind in the first 12 minutes of the game to Colin Kazim Richards. But we do turn it around, and the squad, for some reason, the morale's content, which I can't work out because we are on a bit of an unbeaten streak at the moment. But Decordova Reid definitely deserves all the points he's going to get, and he definitely deserves his match ball at the end of the game. So after that press conference, we go into another game, and this one, our third game of the episode. We've got a very, very difficult away trip to the Preston North End Stadium. I think in life it's called Deepdale, but on this, for some reason, they've got Moulton Road. As I said in every video so far, it would be nice to have all the Championship stadiums, but I don't think they are that bothered about the Championship. I think they're just Premier League based at the moment. We have made a few changes to the lineup. We've got a few tired faces. So Seri comes in for Reid, and Anguissa comes back in for Reid, who I felt really bad for putting back on the bench, but I just thought he was a bit like not match fit. So I thought I had to bring him back to the team, Zambo Anguissa, since he is probably our best player. But it doesn't take us long to score against Preston after the 5-0 demolition job against Derby. Mella scores in the 8th minute, and then from the corner, Mitrovic wins it against his Bauer. And his poor defending on the line from the Preston North End fullback. I'm not sure what happened there, but Mitrovic isn't bothered. That makes us 2-0 up in 15 minutes, and you cannot complain about that at all. Nice to see Preston again, a very good team in real life. I'm not sure why they're not playing Sepp van der Berg in this game, but I'm not sure. The AI is very strange. Then Mitrovic again turns his man, and it's 3-0 in 23 minutes. We are absolutely battering Preston at home, and there's no better striker in this league than Mitrovic. As we've said it before, he is the top scorer in the league for a reason. It's a very nice finish from Mitrovic. In the 36th, Mitrovic again with a 20-yard pile driver past the goalkeeper. There's no chance Preston are getting back into this game after 4-0 down in 37 minutes. Zambo Anguissa and Mitrovic link up again. Zambo Anguissa has been fantastic in the central midfield, attacking midfield role he's been playing. But Mitrovic, just before half-time, the exact same goal he's just scored, scores it again, and it's a fantastic finish to put us 5-0 up in the 47th minute of the game. And that does see off the end of the first half. And there's nothing else to say apart from absolutely fantastic play from Mitrovic and the rest of the boys again. A hat-trick from Mitrovic already, and you can't get any better than that. But then Zambo Anguissa tries to find Dembele, who finds it back to Cavallero, who plays it back to Zambo Anguissa, and it's another goal. We're absolutely laying the sword to Preston this game, and there's no way they're going to get back in this game whatsoever. It's just a job for them not to concede anymore, but they don't do a very good job. As we get the ball in the 87th minute from a corner, and Harry Wilson's looking for a man. He looks for the youngster Muniz, who recently had a bid from Bayern Munich rejected for him, and he scores. He never gets any game time, but I think he's trying to show me that he does deserve a bit more than he gets. Very nice header past the Preston North End goalkeeper. But that does see us to a 7-0 victory, our highest of the series so far, and my highest on career mode in quite a few years, especially on Legendary. But the AI defensively were absolutely awful in the last game. That's 12 goals already in the first 3 games of the episode. We didn't even score in the first one. So after that fantastic string of performances, we've gone second in the league. Mitrovic is comfortably the top goal scorer in the league with 16 goals. But second in the league. We've turned it around from the third episode where we slipped down to 9th. But we're just going to offer now, we're going to offer Mitrovic a new contract. Normally I delegate him, but for something like this, I think Mitrovic being the best player we've got attacking-wise, and he is the top scorer in the Championship, he definitely deserves a new contract. 47 grand a week. He doesn't want to extend his contract, which is quite bizarre. I don't know why the AI opts for that, but they can always make him accept an extra 1-year deal, which is a good tip for you. If they're on a 5-year contract, you can actually offer him a 6 by just offering him a 1-year extension. But 60 grand a week, £1 million sign-on fee, and we have now tied down the best striker in the Championship. Hopefully, if we do get promoted this season, he can repeat his antics in the Premier League, because that is what we need. We need a striker who can keep us up if we do go up next year. But it's very good so far. So, into the 4th game. we've got AFC Bournemouth, our title rivals, who are just above us in the league, 4 points above us. It's a very difficult game. We've recalled Dembele to the squad, and we've kept the team the same apart from that. This is pretty much my favourite team so far. I do like the front four. Wilson being the top assist, and Mella is all round fantastic. Anguissa is amazing, and Mitrovic is the best striker in the Championship, as already said. But in the 25th minute, Lewis Cork, what a finish that is. As I said in episode 1, when an AI scores a goal which you can't defend, it's just an absolute bullet of a finish. You just got to take your hat off and applaud him, because that is an absolutely tremendous finish from Lewis Cork. And Gazaniga's not getting anywhere near that whatsoever, but that puts Bournemouth 1-0 up. We're on the back foot instantly, but Harry Wilson, the top assister, crosses the ball to Mella, and our second top scorer scores an absolutely fantastic volley. And I'm thinking that he needs a call up to England, because he's scored so many goals for us this season at the age of 17 as an attacking midfielder, and he's all round play. 6'4" as well. He's absolutely fantastic. And then Mella again, he's played through by Mitrovic, who turns on a pivot, plays it through. And we go 2-1 up just before the end of the half. And again, fantastic play from Mitrovic, but the finish from Mella, 1-on-1 against the Bournemouth goalkeeper. It's a very good run through. The defence are all over the place at 6s and 7s, and it's a nice finish from Mella. But that does put us in the lead at the end of the half, and as you can see, the half-time whistle does go now. But we are 2-1 up, and it's very nice to see. The fans are applauding, rightfully so. It's a good comeback from the first half, and Harrison Reed in the 65th minute. Reed's been fantastic in displacing Chalobah from his team, by the way. Plays through Harry Wilson, and Neuland makes a very good save. He should have scored, Harry Wilson, as you can see, the man on the touchline. He's not very happy about it, but Gazaniga there. I bought him out his goal a bit because I was thinking he'd never really go for a chip, and it was a good save from the striker. Because there wasn't really much going on in this half, to be honest. In the second half, it was a very flat half. We'll try and clear the ball out. Lewis Cook picks it up, finds a lovely pass, and they score. And it was very disheartening. Ryan Christie scores against us. I can imagine it's Ryan Christie. And I was really wound up, so I didn't want to watch the celebrations. But I was very disappointed about the goal. We couldn't really do anything about it. But right at the end of the game, Sadie goes through again, pulls it back to Brooks, who pulls it back to Cook, and Gazaniga pulls off a very nice save, the bottom left-hand side of his goal. But Bournemouth are definitely looking for blood. And I know it's over time, but whenever the AI is attacking, FIFA don't like to stop the game. But Brooks skips away from Dembele, who's still there, I think, still reacting. Sadie crosses it into Christie, and Adebayo thankfully clears the ball, and we escape with a 2-2 draw at the Cottage. Honestly, that game was absolutely horrendously difficult. We still did well to get the point at the end. And Mella with 2 goals is another thing we can think about of being a very good performance from him. Mitrovic didn't score, obviously, but he got an assist. He did play very well in general. But as my guys, I'm going to have to take it on the chin. It was a good result, but a last-minute goal to concede. And it has happened a couple of times in the series so far. But we're going to want to bounce back from that. And in the 4th game of the episode, we're on a away trip at Court Lane, apparently that's what Luton Stadium's called. It's a very scruffy-looking stadium, to be honest with you, in the game. It'd be nice if they had the proper stadium on, but I'm not going to say it anymore. They're never going to have the full stadium rights for all the Championship teams. We'll make a lot of changes this time. Rodak, Christie, Bryan, Chalobah, and Reed come in, and the rest of the players remain. But we do make a couple of subs from the team, because a lot of the players are getting a bit tired from the amount of excess games you have to play in the Championship. Sometimes you're playing like 2 or 3 games a day, 2 or 3 games a week, and it's ridiculous. But early on, you can see 30th minute, Mitrovic on his weak foot, the 5-star weak foot. He's so useful this year. Mitrovic scores a fantastic goal. He runs across his man and he puts it in the bottom corner past the goalkeeper. No defending that. And the top scorer in the Championship has another one. No saving that. Then in the 34th minute, Chalobah plays a lovely through ball to Mitrovic, who's a lovely ball roll past his man. Raya can't keep up with him, and he fires it past Sluga to make it 2-0. Past the Croatian third-choice goalkeeper. I mean, that was a fantastic finish again from Mitrovic. Another good run. And the big man is good with his feet, apparently. Just hoping he can continue this form all year, because at this rate, we will go up with this form. And Mitrovic does score again, though. Zambo Anguissa playing the ball through to Mitrovic in the 39th minute. Mitrovic has not got many options on, so he just decides to take the shot. It's a good save from Sluga, and what happens here? Oh my days. The AI is absolutely shocking sometimes when the ball's in the air. If you notice that when the ball comes back down to the AI, it has no idea how to respond to this. And I'm not going to complain, but the realism in this game sometimes. As you can see, Potts tries to close down Zambo Anguissa after we clear the corner kick. Zambo Anguissa turns him on a 50p, sprints away from him, and he fires another goal past Sluga to put us 4-0 up and seal the victory. The victory is sealed at 3-0, never mind 4-0, but it's a fantastic finish. Zambo Anguissa, is there any player better midfield-wise in the Championship? I would say not. Not one that I know of anyway, definitely not. But that does put us 4-0 up. And straight away from their kick-off, we're looking for more chances. Mella creates a good bit of space. Chalobah plays the ball through to Mitrovic, who's through on goal again on his weak foot. And he just misses for his hat-trick. Very, very upsetting for Mitrovic. But we cross the ball in the 81st minute, and Zambo Anguissa scores his second of the game, and Sluga has an absolute horror show here. I'm not sure what he was trying to do. He looks like he was trying to put his hands up, but he completely misses the ball. And he puts us 5-0 up. In the 89th minute, we ruin our clean sheet. It's a disappointing end to the game. Adebayo finds a bit of room and manages to squeeze one over Rodak, who does have a good game, to be fair. I don't like showing too many highlights because I don't want the videos to be half an hour long. But it's a disappointing end to a very, very good game. But that was all the episodes in today's episode. All the games in today's episode. And we're just very happy about the outcome of the episode. We finished second in the table after 22 games. We're nearly halfway through the season. Literally one game off. 2 points behind Bournemouth. We've definitely clawed it back from what we were on. We were about 12 points behind them, I think, at one point, a couple of episodes ago. Mitrovic top goal scorer at 18 and 20. We've got the top assister in the Championship, which is Harry Wilson. He's got 18 assists in 18 games, and then Mitrovic has got 18 20. Honestly, their attacking duo is absolutely fantastic when they play together. And then finally, we've got 4 clean sheets for Gazaniga, which is not too bad. We're happy about that. In the next episode, we've got Sheffield United at home. Then we've got Birmingham at home as well. Then we've got Reading at the Madejski Stadium. We've got another away game at the Swansea City. I think it's Swansea.com Stadium, something like that. And then Bristol City at home. So I really appreciate you watching again. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.